Okay, I'm going to go over some more things that you're going to need to know to operate this machine. This is the stitch selector here. Okay, so most of the time you're going to want to go on a straight stitch. You'll see if you turn it, there's only really one selection. There, to get the red and the blue, you're going to turn it up here. You're going to adjust the length to get the red and the blue. These are stretch stitches. You're only going to want the straight stitch. For most of your sewing needs, you're going to want to use something like this as a zigzag. You can do that with a very short width or length. For edging, for applique, but this is the stitch that you're going to use most often. Okay, is the straight stitch, and you're going to use it in the black. So normal length that I use typically is 2. You can go shorter, so what the length is actually like this for the stitch. So 2 is maybe, you know, like about like that. 4 would be about like that. The benefit of using the longer stitches is that it's easier to pull the thread through if you want to gather fabric. So if you want to create like a puckered kind of look with your fabric, you know, you're shortening it up for ruffles or for elastic, you're going to want to use the longer stitch because it won't attach the fabrics together so tightly. It will allow you to have a little bit of a pull. Okay, so this is the width here. What I typically do for a straight stitch is I do like a 0 because the width is, okay, if you're looking at a stitch line going like this, okay, the length is the length of the stitches here like this. Okay, the width is this way. So the width is more important when you're using something like this zigzag stitch. So it'll give you a wider zag or a narrower zag if you adjust the width. I usually keep it at 0 for myself. These ones here, this is the tension. Tilt it a little bit. Needle position. Okay, so you see the needle changes. If I change this, goes to the left, center, to the right. Okay, now you may want to use this for a variety of different reasons. It could be to get closer to the edge, perhaps on like a zipper or something, but that's what this is for. I usually just use it in the middle because it's best, because it suits this plate a little bit better. This is the tension here. So you're going to want to adjust the tension. It's set at 4. That's probably where I would leave it, and I would test it and see how it works. One of the things that need to know about the tension is that the incorrect tension will make your stitches look really messy. I'll do another video later to show you the difference, but your stitches want to be the same. So you've got a stitches coming from the top, this top thread here, and you've got stitching coming from the bottom. You want them to be about even. So the same width, the same length. The tension will adjust how they are spaced out on the fabric. So a tighter tension will shorten the bottom. No, I don't know if that's for sure. Different tension will adjust the bottom stitches. So I'm not sure if it's a tighter tension. It could be, but you'll notice that when you're stitching, they don't look the same top and bottom. And if your tension is set right, if it's set to be a good tension for your fabric and for your thread and your stitch, it'll look the same on the top as it does on the bottom. Okay, so that's your test. You want to do all of these things, play with it to see how it works with different fabrics. You know, all you can do is adjust these knobs, see what it does. Okay, that's the best way that you're going to learn. But keeping in mind that the tension is something you want to keep an eye on because it will give you a nice neat stitch on the top and on the bottom. This is the reverse, so you always want to start off when you start your thread with a forward stitch, and then you want to reverse it just to lock it. It's like knotting it, and then you do that at the end of your fabric. Yeah, at the end of the fabric as well. So that's what these buttons are for. These ones here. Over here you'll find the button. It's in the back. You'll find the button to lift the foot up and down. Okay, so you want to lift the foot up when you're putting fabric underneath. You want to lay it down so it'll hold the fabric, and it will draw the fabric through.